everyone, Wyloch here. My wife's Christmas present to me this year was to move her desk to the other side of the room so that I could slide my desk over and quadruple my crafting space. So I built a brand new workbench, and she suggested I make a video about how I built it, so here it is. So we're going to build a frame from 2x4s and then attach an MDF top. MDF, medium density fiberboard, comes in 3/4 inch 4x8 sheets, which are very heavy. My home improvement store does in-store cutting, so I had them cut it in half, and that's what you see here. 2 slabs, which are 2 feet wide and 8 feet long. Having a short wife will help with the drive home. As for lumber, 2x4s, 8 feet long. First up, we're going to build the skirt. Now from here on out, when I say board, I mean a 2x4. Also, note that a 2x4 isn't actually 2 inches by 4 inches, it's 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So cut 2 boards at 93 inches. And then 2 more boards at 24 inches, as illustrated here. For all connections, I just use drywall screws. No need to pre-drill, 2x4s are pretty soft, relatively speaking. Just tack in 2 of them wherever you join 2 boards. 2 screws will ensure 2 axes of control, so that there's no swiveling. Next up, the legs. Cut 4 boards at 30 inches. Attach them inside the corners, oriented as you see here. And here's a picture with 3 of 4 legs attached. And here's the whole assembly done and turned over. Now we just need to attach a lower skirt. So cut 1 board at 93 inches and connect 2 legs together on the outside. Then 2 more boards at 24 inches attached as shown. So here's my bench turned on its side. Note that I've actually used 2x6s for my lower skirt. That's just because I already had some lying around. If you use 2x4s, perfectly fine. So notice 2 things. 1, there's no board going across the long side for the front of the lower skirt. That's because that's where your chair needs to go. And 2, the boards on the short ends appear to be 1.5 inches too long. I did that because in the future I might wish to add a 3rd leg somewhere in the middle of the bench, and if I do, I want to be able to tie it to one of the 2 fronts and keep the same aesthetic look. The reason I would attach a 3rd leg is if I wanted to implement a shelf or 2. So now we just need to attach the MDF top. MDF is not soft, you will need to pre-drill the holes. Get it set in its final position and then do your pre-drills before screwing in. I'd recommend 4 screws along the front and 4 along the back, spaced 2 feet apart for aesthetics. Couple quick notes, MDF sheets are often manufactured deliberately larger than listed, up to 1 inch. In other words, they might not really be 8 by 4 feet, they might be 97 inches long or 49 inches wide. All of this instruction assumed a perfect 8 by 4, so either shave off the excess with your table saw, or do what I did and simply adjust your lengths. Specifically, instead of the long boards being 93 inches, they might be 94, and the ends might be 25 inches instead of 24. Just measure the MDF board you buy and adjust it from there. Also, MDF does not like water at all. If you spill water on it, immediately begin to soak it up because otherwise it will absorb and create an ugly bulge. So all this was done with only my miter saw and my drill. It took about 30 minutes and cost around 50 bucks. For all you 3D printers out there, don't forget to check out Heroes Horde, where you can get TrueTiles models as well as a ton of other excellent fantasy related scenery. I am Wyloch, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.